guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an anti or an anti-haul, whatever you want to call it. Now, I have to give a couple of disclaimers before beginning this video because anti-hauls are known to get the most notorious comments. Now, an anti or an anti-haul basically means not wanting to buy a particular product. It's not a review. I've not tried these products, but when I look at them, I don't want to buy them. I'm sure you feel like that for a lot of products and I can feel that way too. And I'm human, I'm a consumer as well. I don't want to spend my money on these products and I will give you reasons for all of them. None of them are going to be just like, oh, it's expensive, because I feel like that is so subjective. For someone, $250 might be expensive. For someone, even $2,500 might not be expensive. So it's definitely a very subjective topic going on. What is affordable, what is not. I'm going to be giving you other reasons of why I won't be buying these products. And also, again, I am on the PR list of a lot of these companies, but I don't care. I really don't care, because not every company is going to be having amazing products all the time, right? So these, I think, according to me, are some things that doesn't deserve your coin. And listen, times are grim, incomes are low, at an all-time low. So save your money wherever you can. For me, it's going to be these products where I'm going to be saving it. First up on my list is the Wishful Chin Lift. I'm sure it must be working on people, but please remember, so did corsets and iron shoes, and there's a reason we don't use them any longer. I feel like it's too much for your skin. It's constantly stretching and you're putting so much pressure on your ear as well, because it is supported by your ear. And you know, just the fact that you don't need to have a perfect jawline to look good. I know having a jawline is a dream of a lot of people, but not having it is completely fine as well. We really need to normalize jaws, because a lot of people are born with a non-defined jawline. They might be really thin, but they still have double chin, and it's completely fine. You might feel like I have a really nice jawline, but when I push my face back, I have a double chin as well. So it's completely fine to have it. You don't need to have like a snatched jawline all the time, and to put your skin through so much for that is completely not required. Next up, we have the Huda Beauty Diamond Balms. I hope that's what they're called, but I don't know. I don't see the sense of it. I don't see the glitter being sprinkled on the lip balm. What's it going to do? How it's going to help? Of course, if you're going to be wearing the lip balm just as it is, it might look funky if the glitter particles comes onto your lips, but there's so many tinted lip balms in the market out there that you can wear and would look nice on your lips. So I don't really see the point of, you know, the glitter or the diamond dust or whatever it is being the center stage. I'm sure it must be a nice lip balm, but I don't want to spend so much money on it when I have lip balms under rupees 300 or 400 that perform amazingly well. I don't see the point of going ahead and buying that. So for me, the Huda Beauty Diamond Balms are going to be a hard pass. This one is a juicy one. I refuse to buy anything Glow and Lovely. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you wouldn't know this fact, but Fair and Lovely recently renamed itself to Glow and Lovely, but that means shit, because they're not really changing the formulation, or they're not changing the ideology behind the brand. That is, fairer is lovelier. So I don't give two cents to Glow and Lovely. I'm not giving them any of my money, and I don't think you should either, because you know, it's about the demand as well. I can't blame the company completely if there's demand in the market. They are surviving, they're thriving. They're thriving in how? Because people are still buying it. So if you stop buying it, the company would go defunct itself. So I'm going to be giving it my money. I hope you don't as well. Next up, we have PAX X-Acto tape. I don't even know what they mean by that name, but basically it's a tape for your makeup, for you to get like a sharp wing or a nice eye, a defined eye. And I get it that the sellotape can be too harsh for your skin and you are constantly tugging and pulling it too much, but you can always get rid of excess stickiness by sticking it on the back of your hand first and then going on your eyes, not directly like that. And then there's painter's tape and so many other tapes that are not as sticky. Even the florist tape is not as sticky, and it's way cheaper than what PAC is selling it at. So I don't know, I'm not gonna be buying it. Another PAC product on this list is gonna be their color corrector, and I don't know, but this color corrector just looks like color creams. And it's a lot. It's very deep. I mean, who needs a dark blue indigo color corrector, and for what? I don't know. I really don't know what an indigo color corrector is used for, and I feel it's completely unnecessary. Like there's a few percentage of people, a very few percentage of people who actually need color correction, And I'm even after that, I would be fine if the color corrector had like peaches, salmons, reds, greens, yellows. But blue? What do you need blue for? Next, we're going to talk about the Wet n Wild Full Circuit palette. Now, is it just me or this palette looks really inconvenient? First of all, I hate when there's so much of space wastage in a product because you end up getting a bulkier palette but there's not much substance to it and the stars just feel really unnecessary. But if we keep that away, because a lot of people might actually like that sort of packaging, I don't like it when a palette has creams and powders in one, because when you're using the powders, they tend to fly off into the cream product, really disturbs the harmony, creates a film over it, and it becomes very, very messy. And secondly, I feel like when you're buying face palettes like these, you generally need just one product out of them all. Like there's so many different color correctors in there. You probably need just one color corrector if you need it at all. So you might as well get it individually, because we get this notion that we're spending lesser because we're getting so much more, but we don't end up using the other products. So you're actually just wasting products as well. So might as well get that one thing that you really need rather than getting a palette which you might not use properly. Then we have the OPI Drip Dry. Now, I know I was not going to talk about money, but this retails for 1100 rupees for 8 ml, which is a little intense and crazy. Well, basically these are nail drying drops that you can apply on your nail polish just to make it dry quicker. But you can do the same thing with a bowl of ice and water and just dip your hands in there, and that's going to cost you way less. For 1100 rupees, I think you can do more than 1100 manicures by drying your nails in cold water. So I don't really see the sense of it. Even if you want drying the drying drops, you have other brands like Jacqueline that does the same thing, I think for about 150 or 200 rupees. We're going to be talking about two foundations for the same reason, that is the lack of shade range. The first one is going to be Bolly Glow's Filmy Foundation. Now, Bolly Glow, I really like as a brand. I mostly like all of their products, but as a young brand, what they could have done was set a benchmark for other brands to follow, where they could have introduced a nicer range of foundation colors. But they came out with just 7 shades. Just 7. I mean, you know there's an issue with you when Lakme has more shades than you do. So they have just 7 shades, and that's a sad situation. I have not tried this foundation. I am on their PR list. I've not received it yet, but I don't want to try it as well. There's no point like trying a foundation which just has 7 shades. I don't want to try it. The next foundation that we're going to talk about is the Faces Weightless Matte Foundation. And this one has glorious 4 shades. 4 shades of beige, 4 shades of I can't even differentiate between the colors, 4 shades of I'm not going to spend my money on you colors. I mean, really, Faces, like why? Why even care about launching a product if you don't want everyone to try it? Because I'm sure with 4 shades, majority of us can't try it. So I'm not going to be spending my money on you, Faces, and I hope that you level up a little. And the last products I'm going to be talking about are any of the Too Faced neutral eyeshadow palettes. First of all, I'm not the biggest fan of Too Faced eyeshadow formulation anyway. I have 2 palettes from them and they turned out to be bummer. But secondly, I think like I have too many neutral palettes, and I think you also would be having too many neutral palettes. Even if you don't, your bronzers, your compacts, your highlighters will do it for you. And to be honest, like once you put them on the eye, there's not a lot of difference between different neutrals, you know, until unless it's a revolutionary neutral palette, you can't really make up the difference on your eyes. Like I'm wearing a bronzer today all over my lid and my highlighter in my inner corners. That's what I'm wearing, and this could be done with a brown eyeshadow from a basic palette as well. Anyway, the point here being, their neutral palettes seem a little bit of wastage for me because I have too many neutral palettes, and plus their formulation is not the best. So I'm not going to be spending any more money on Too Faced eyeshadows because I've already wasted a lot. And yes, with that we finish this anti haul. I hope this video was helpful for you in making up your mind about not spending your hard-earned money on a couple of particular products. You know, let's start saving up for more rainy days. I don't know till when this COVID situation is going to be here, but let's save together and make sure we are financially stronger. And yes, I'm going to see you guys next time, but don't forget to comment down below and let me know what is that one or maybe more product that you won't be buying. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.